Hi there everyone. Welcome to my video tutorial on how to build yourself a teleprompter for smartphones at a very low cost of about $30 or something like that. Before I get into the video itself, I just wanted to give you a very brief introduction on how this project started. Okay, number one, I'm into doing YouTube videos in political blogging, and I found myself having a problem in connecting my eyes with the audience, which is a very important feature in this business. So anyways, my very good friend Larry, who is a true expert in digital marketing, suggested that I build myself a teleprompter, a do-it-yourself teleprompter, and I thought that was a great idea. Only problem is when I went into YouTube to find ideas on how to build myself one, I ran into a little problem. 99%, if not all, of the do-it-yourself teleprompter ideas that in YouTube dealt with teleprompters that were built for using with cameras, with camcorders, with cameras, as opposed to a smartphone. So I decided in the end to just build myself one by using the basic ideas that were used in the camera teleprompters, and just improve on them and adapt them to a smartphone. And guess what? I did it, and it worked. And I thought that instead of keeping it to myself, I thought I would share it with all of you, especially considering that I think there's a lot of guys out there, there's a lot of beginners out there like me, who happen to have who are shooting videos with smartphones, not with cameras. So anyways, that's a little story on how this whole thing started, and let's get right into it. Hi there everyone. Okay, so like I told you, we're going to be starting our teleprompter project, and the very first thing that I want to do is go over the different materials that you're going to be needing in this project. Okay, the most important part of it all would be a gift box, a black gift box. Now there are two types of boxes. One, like the one I'm showing you in this video here, which is a self-contained box, which as you can tell has a lid that closes. You don't need any lids. Okay, and the other alternative would be a lid box. Whichever box you choose, lid or self-contained, the measurements are the most important thing, and it's got to be a 10 by 13 box, and it's got to be black. Now, mind you, this particular box I'm holding in my hands is not a 10 by 13 because they didn't have any available at the time I went to purchase it to show you guys. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using this one. Okay, but again, it has to be a 10 by 13. Now, by any chance you don't have access to a self-contained box and end up with a lid box, okay, the procedure for for attaching the lid to the project, to the box, it's different completely than my procedure, which is the self-contained. Okay, so if by any chance you cannot find your self-contained and you end up with a lid box, you will have to go to a video which I have provided in the description below. Okay, and there you can find this guy that did a very good video, and that's, as a matter of fact, where I originally got this idea, and he will tell you how to go about attaching using a lid box and attaching it to your box. So meantime, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to do it with my own box, which I bought at the Container Store, and I paid I guess about $10 for it. They're expensive, but they're very much worth the money considering what you're going to use it for. Mine here happens to be black on the inside and on the outside, as well as on the outside, and there is a purpose for that. Okay, the next thing that you guys are going to be needing is a picture frame. They're about, I don't know, $5-6. Okay, and this is an 8x10, the 8x10 picture frame. Okay, the only important thing that, and you can pick this at any of the art stores, Michael's or whatever, and they cost about $5, something like that. The only thing that important is to remember that the frame has to be black. Okay, it has to be black, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, you're gonna be needing some household glue. All right, I don't know, this one I picked one that's called Loctite, which happens to be very good. But then again, you can use any glue. You can use crazy glue, whatever. You're not going to need much of it, so any brand will do. You're also going to have to buy one of these sets that are used for hanging pictures in the wall. Okay, and they're very, very common. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using this clips. Okay, these clips that come inside that set. You're going to be needing 2 of those to attach your mirror to for hanging your mirror. You're also going to be needing some 2-inch by 4-inch Velcro. Okay, they're square. They're like this, okay, and Velcro 2x4. You're going to be needing those. I'll explain how later. You're also going to be needing some double-sided tape. Okay, double-sided tape. Anyone, you're not going to be needing much. So you're going to be needing some rulers. Wood rulers, 36-inch wood rulers, which you can get at your Home Depot in the paint or your Lowe's or whatever. And these are found in the paint department store. Okay, and they run about 50 cents, 60 cents, very cheap. Okay, and needless to say, I am assuming that you guys have a smartphone and a tablet, which completes the list of materials that you're going to be needing in this project. Oh, one more thing. You're also going to be needing one of these pieces of thin plywood. It's I think this one is a quarter of an inch, and you can buy one a 2x2 at your hardware store or one of the big retailers. 2x2 piece of plywood, which you're going to be using as a support for your teleprompter, and that's about it as far as the materials that you're going to be needing. Now let's talk a little bit about the tools that you're actually going to be needing for the project. Okay, you're going to be needing, and I'm not going to follow any particular order. Okay, I'm going to just randomly pick them and list them for you. Okay, you're going to be needing one of these commercial staplers. They are about $2. Okay, you're going to be needing any type of tape measurement, one tape measurement. You're going to be needing one of these Jig Saws or the equivalent. If you have any other cutting tools, that would do the job. Okay, no big deal. You're going to be needing a pair of scissors. a marker, any marker, and or a pencil. Okay, you're going to be needing what's called an Exacto knife. And again, this you can find in your one of your office supply stores. Okay, an Exacto knife. All right. And last but not least, you're going to have to get yourself a Mitre Box. And I'll show you later what it will be used for. And that's about it as far as the tools are concerned. So why don't we just get started on the project right now. So anyways, this is where it all begins. Now the first thing that you need to do is open your box in such a way as you see here, which has the upper lid right here, as laying flat on the whatever surface you're going to be using for working on the box. Now the very first thing that you're going to do is you want to find the actual center of the back of the box that you will be using, and that it's really a rather simple step. All you need to do is grab yourself a ruler and a marker, okay, and all you're gonna do is have two diagonal lines drawn in the back of your box, okay, and basically where the two lines cross, right here is the actual center of the box. I don't know if you can see it here. I'm trying to. Anyways, this is the center of your box. I've just drawn a couple of lines crossing each other just to mark the center of the box. And the reason that you need to do that is because the actual eye of the smartphone has to be center right here. Okay, this is ideally where you will be opening a hole for your phone to be right smack at the center of the box. So anyways, how do we do that? Okay, actually it's very, very simple. Most everybody has a cover on their smartphone, such as the one I'm holding in my hand. Okay, you either have, now this happens to be one that I ordered specifically for this project. Now usually you have one in your phone, but if you don't have one in your phone, okay, just get on eBay or whatever, get on online, and you will be able to get one of these delivered in, they cost about $1, okay, and the reason they're important for the project is because I use this as a template, okay, as a template for opening the box, opening the hole in the box for putting your smartphone, okay. So anyways, what I've done here is just have the template. I put the template so that the opening of the template, it's right over the center of the box which you had marked before. So anyways, you're going to be cutting a little piece of double-sided tape, and I'll tell you why you're going to need that. Okay, you're going to use that to hold your cover in place as you draw the hole that you're going to be cutting. All right. So what you do now is simply you draw the hole on the template. Okay, and now what you have is center of the template, right on the center here. And what you're gonna do is now you're gonna take your Exacto knife, all right, you're gonna be cutting this hole that you just marked over here. So anyways, I have just finished cutting a hole right in the middle. Now, make sure, please, that you're going to be left with a little, with some edges hanging over. Okay, so you need to make this edges as flat as possible, only because they can really obstruct the view when you put your iPhone. The next thing that you want to do is the following. You want to stick your cover again. We're actually going to use the template and mark the size. Anyways, in the section before, as you remember, we traced the cover and we drew lines around the borders of the cover. In this section, I'm gonna be covering the actual housing of the phone. In other words, remember, guys, that my project, my teleprompter, does not use a tripod. Okay, it's not built for tripods. It's built for so that the phone will be in place without a tripod. So in other words, we're going to now do a frame for the phone. However, let me remind you that the box that I'm using here is actually not the right size. So I'm just using this box for illustration purposes. I said it's not the right box. In your project before, if you have the right size, which is a 10 by 13, wherever your cover tracings borders were, that's where you're going to build your frame. Now let me go step by step on how to do your frame. The first thing that you remember that we had some rulers, okay, some wood rulers, and you're going to use those rulers to build the frame. The first thing that you need to do is I just happen to cut them in 45-degree angles to make it more cosmetically acceptable. However, if you want to do this like squares, that's perfectly fine. You can do the same thing. In my case, what I did is I cut them at 45-degree angles, as you see over here, so that the ends would be more matching. Anyways, this is what we're going to do. You're going to have to take this side, the longer side of your phone, of your cover, and that's going to be your base here for this particular piece that goes here. And then you're going to cut the other side, the side pieces. Needless to say, are going to be smaller because of that's the size from here to here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to put the same size that you have here, you're going to have over here. Okay, and that's the basis of your frame. And again, this will be positioned at the borders that you drew before. Okay, now as I told you, or I don't know if I told you, but anyways, I want this in order to have some depth. I want this layers here to be 3 layers up. So what I've done is the following. I'm going to put, like, say, another piece here, okay, and then another piece here, all right, and then you're going to have 2 more pieces over here, like so, all right, and same on the other side, okay, and there you go. That's going to be basically the basically this is that's going to be your housing for the phone, so that you know, whenever you're going to use your teleprompter, you're going to just stick your phone and within the case here, within the housing over here. Now, how do we attach these pieces? How do we attach these pieces to the box? And this is the way we do it. Okay, let's go back to layer number 1 here. Okay, let's go back to layer number 1. And what you're going to do in layer number 1 is layer number 1 is going to be attached to your box with some double-sided tape. Okay, like so. Okay, I'm not putting any more. I'm not putting too much attention now to preciseness. This is just to give you guys a general idea of how to do this. Okay, you're going to put 3 pieces of double-sided tape, which I had already cut for simplicity. There you go. So, anyways, there is your 3 pieces, you know, tied snugly to your box. Now, what you're going to do is, if you remember, I told you guys that we needed some glue. All right, and what we're going to do is just put some glue over here in order to place layer number 2. Okay, so this is going to go over here. All right, and the same thing we're going to do with the let me finish this side first. Okay, we're going to do okay, we're going to put the 3rd layer. Remember, there are 3 layers, so you're going to put your 3rd layer just like that. Okay, and then you're going to do the sides, and you're going to do the matching sides here. Okay, layer here, this is layer 2 here. Okay, and I've already put some glue there. Okay, so there you go. Now I'm going to do a layer 3 here. Okay, I'm going to do a layer 3 here, just like that. Okay, and voila, you know, there you go. You have your housing. Let it don't work with it now for a while. Just let it dry for a while. So before we finish with the housing, with the frame, like we've been working on, there's an important area that we need to cover before moving on, and that would be your audio. Okay, now there are many types of setups as far as recording your voice. There are stand-up microphones, this, that, and the other. Obviously, I can't cover all of the alternatives. However, as far as this project is concerned, I personally used one of these lapel microphones, which, by the way, I'm using right now. Okay, and they work great. Okay, having said that, we definitely need to make a provision, okay, for allowing the cable of the microphone cable to be connected to your phone. Obviously, otherwise, you know, it wouldn't work. So this portion of the tutorial deals with how to make a channel or a passageway on the side of the frame, so that you can connect your cable, your microphone. Okay, cable. So here we go. We left off, you know, having built this frame here. So the next thing that you want to do, as I told you, is the idea here would be to so that we have a cable. I mean, this is not a mic cable, but it's the same thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to be able to have this cable come in from the outside and connect to your phone while you're shooting, so that you can record your voice. Okay, so here's what you do. Okay, you have your cover and or your phone, either one, and obviously you have an opening such as the one that you see here. Okay, and that is your entry port for your lapel microphone cable. Okay, so what you need to do now is basically you're going to mark, okay, the sides of that hole on your wood rulers here, so as to mark where you want to have cut, so that you have a hole that will allow the microphone cable to come in. And I've already done that for you. Okay, what I've done here is I've already marked with a ruler the actual opening where I need to cut, so that we can come in through the side with the microphone cable. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go to my jig, and I'm going to come back, and eventually I'm going to have two pieces, okay, and a little passageway over here that will allow us to come in through the side with our microphone cable. Okay, folks, so here's what you're going to end up with. I've already cut my holes right here, and I'm going to end obviously with two pieces. All right, with two pieces, and I'm going to lay them out in a way that I allow for the passage of the microphone cable, as I told you before. Now, what I've done is I've already cut some double-sided tape to attach the two pieces. And if you remember in the previous section, I had told you about this piece and about attaching it to the box with double-sided tape. But I'd recommend strongly that you don't do that in this side until you have cut this hole, for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of double-sided tape here, and I'm going to lay this one here, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other side of it. Okay, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, and as you can see now, you're going to position this in a way that it has sufficient space, okay, to allow for our microphone cable to come in, such as I'm doing right now. Now, in my case, I painted this black. I painted the frame black just for cosmetics. You may want to leave it like this. It doesn't really matter. Also, remember that the box that I'm using here is not the same one that I've used, the correct size, which is a 10 by 13. This is smaller, so I'm just doing this in the smaller box so that you understand the concept. You're gonna do this, wherever your center is in the bigger box. Okay, so I think that about covers this section that deals with the audio. So the next thing that you want to do is build a support for your teleprompter, and this is what I came up with. Okay, this as you can see is going to be a piece of the board of plywood, of a 1/4-inch plywood, which I'll show you later on, that we're going to be cutting to the following size. You want to cut it to the size of your board here. Your plywood board is going to be 13 inches, okay, over here, and on the bottom here, from back to front, it's going to be 15 inches. So anyways, make sure that you cut your lid from the back, measure, and from the back to the front here, it's got to be 15 inches again, and 13 inches, 13 inches on this side of the box. So basically, in the end, you're going to have a support plywood that is going to be, again, 13, 13, and 15. So anyways, you're going to lay your box in the same way that I have it. I have it here, and you're going to take your 1/4 piece of plywood. They usually sell them in pieces of 2 by 2, whatever, as long as it is fits the overall size of the box. It's got to be bigger, obviously. So what you do now is you just go ahead and mark all the sides of your open box here, okay? And needless to say, what you end up with is it's a square here, which you're going to have to cut somehow with any tool that you have, any cutting tool that you have. I specifically use my Jig Saw, and I just cut it. I'm not going to do it now. I just, I did it before. So I'm going to cut that, okay? And actually, once I have it cut, okay, I did paint it in black, okay, with one of the regular, spray cans, glossy black sprays that you're going to be needing. So once you've cut that, okay, so once your 13 by 15 plywood, square plywood has been cut, it's painted in black, and it's dried, what you do is, the paint has dried, what you do is you take a can of any contact cement, all right, and you apply it liberally to the plywood and to the bottom of the lid here, so that they can attach to each other, okay? Also, you want to use your stapler, all right, that I told you before, and you want to hit it on the part where the lid used to open, okay? So you put 3 staples. It's enough, just to make sure that that it holds together securely. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you're going to use your drill with a small drill bit, and you're going to open up a couple of holes on the right upper corner and on the left upper corner, as I'm going to do right now. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. There you go. Okay, guys, so you open your holes, and obviously you're going to insert one side first, okay, on the hole of your twine rope, your twine cotton rope, and in the end, you're going to be attaching one of these picture hanging sleeves that I showed you before. You want to do one side first, and needless to say, you're going to come on the back. This is what it's going to look, okay? And you're going to come the other end and put the other side, okay? And you're going to put attach another hook at the other end. Okay. Now, next comes the mirror, the actual mirror, and what you want to do is, needless to say, you want to dispose of all the trimmings that come with the actual mirror, and you're going to end up with a mirror just like this. This is the way you want to do this. Okay. You attach to each side of the mirror just about an inch from the top here. Okay, and you're going to put your mirror like this. Okay, and you're going to put your mirror like this, and obviously now as I pull on the strings that you're going to be raising your mirror, as I'm showing you in this picture here. Now the angle here, okay, the angle or the fall has to be one that is more suitable for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your tablet placed down here, and you're going to do an actual trial, and you're going to see the reflection, and you're going to see the angle that best suits you. Now, as you're not going to be holding, as you want this position to hold together, what you do is you measure it in a way that you use your frame, the frame that you built before for the for resting the smartphone. You use that as your as a base for hanging the rope in a way that it is a fixed angle. So we're almost there, folks. Now, the very last thing you want to do before you make this thing functional is you want to take one of these square strips of Velcro that I told you before, and you want to attach. You want to put it right on the back here, so that, and the opposite portion that makes the two stick together goes on your phone. And if your phone has a black cover like mine, it is barely noticeable. Anyways, you put your Velcro here, and you put the other section of the Velcro on the back of your phone, or actually on the front of your phone, so that the phone will, you put it on the side of the smartphone where it has the eye, so that the phone will actually stick to the Velcro over here and hold it while you're shooting your video. So anyways, okay guys, before using your teleprompters, there's a couple of tips that I must give you in order to get the best use out of your teleprompter. Number one is the principle is that you must have your teleprompter at a height where your eyes are in a horizontal line with the eye of the smartphone. Okay, such as I'm showing in this slide here. In other words, your eyes and your iPhone camera must be lined up so that you get the best shot possible. That's very important. Now, the only way to do that is to raise your teleprompter to a height that is that meets that line. And definitely you're not going to do it with laying your teleprompter in a table or in your desk. So you're going to have to get yourself some kind of an object. I myself decided to use a box. Okay, and my box happened to be 4.5 inches, and it was precisely the height that I needed to raise my prompter to where everything was lined up. So it's very important that you remember that. Try to keep a line try to keep your eyes lined up with the eye of the camera. The next tip that is just as important would be you're going to need a back mirror. Okay, you're going to need a mirror on the back of your prompter. Okay, it could be any mirror. Okay, a vanity mirror, your wife's mirror, makeup mirror, any mirror. But you need to have a mirror. And the reason why is this mirror will serve two purposes. Number one, it will allow you to watch the screen on which your smartphone is shooting. So before you start your video, you're going to use your mirror to center your screen to where your profile, your face, is in the center of the screen, obviously. And the next thing, the other feature that it's good for will be the start off and the start on and off of your smartphone camera. And obviously, as you know, they have when you have a red icon, circle icon, that means that it's ready to shoot, but it's not shooting. So when you turn it on, it turns into a red square, or at least in mine, that's the way it works, and you know that you are recording. And how do you do that? Well, you turn your recording on and off by using a Bluetooth remote control, which is absolutely the best investment. I think they cost about $5, and I get into more detail as far as this Bluetooth in the next section. But anyways, the back mirror is a real important necessary feature to complete your teleprompter. Okay, guys, so as I said before, you're going to be needing a wireless Bluetooth camera remote control, such as the one that I'm showing you in this screen, which as you can tell is the best that you can buy for your money. It's $2.59 and free shipping. And I want to tell you something, whether you are building a teleprompter or you're not, this is the one gadget that I've had the more use for since I started doing video blogging, and this is simply the best investment for the money that you can get. This is a little gadget that it's just works amazingly great, and so that you can turn on and off your video with you know, from the tip of your fingers. And actually it has quite a reach. You can do it from 6, 7, 8 feet or closer. So anyways, if you want to have a perfect on and off shooting of your video, this is the way to go. You need this wireless Bluetooth control, remote control. I will be detailing a link on where to get this little Bluetooth. Okay, everybody. So now we've come to the end of the video of the tutorial, and there's the most important thing for me to do, will be to actually show you the teleprompter in use. Okay, so let's go right to it, and let me just show you what your teleprompter will do for you, and the way that it works. Okay, everybody. So as for the moment of truth here, this is I'm taking a shot now of and I'm going to show you how the teleprompter actually works. Okay, there you go. As you can see, you know, you have right now I have my tablet running a narrative here, and it's recording on the mirror. Okay, so there you can see how you're reading, and if you had your phone attached to the back in that hole there, which obviously I'm not, you can't have it because I'm using it to record this video. So anyways, that is how it works in the end, which I think it's pretty neat. Okay, and the tablet that I'm using is a 7-inch. It's a 7-inch tablet. Obviously, you could use a tablet that is a little bigger than this. Actually, you can fit it as wide as I think it's 8 inches, the maximum on the mirror that you're using. So up to 8 inches you can fit any tablet. So anyways, that's what the teleprompter will do for you, and I think that's it. Okay, everybody, so the very last thing that I want to touch upon will be your Teleprompter app, the one that you're going to be using with your tablet. And I got to recommend to you guys the one that I got, which is called Elegant Teleprompter, as you see on the screen. And you can get it in Google Play, and one of the apps of Google Play. And amazingly, I paid, what I paid for this app was $2.99, which is a bargain for what you're going to get. Needless to say, once you have downloaded this app to your tablet, you will be able to do the same recording as I showed you in the screen before, in the section before. And all you need to do is adjust this Teleprompter app. Has all kinds of features to adapt the way that you read the way that the tablet reflects the narrative on the screen. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can control the background color of whatever you're recording. Anyways, you're going to have to get familiar with the app, but it's really simple. Actually, it's very, very user friendly. So anyways, guys, this is it. I mean, this is the last thing, the last hint or tip that I can give you as far as completing everything that you need to do your video. Okay, guys, we have come to the end of the video, and I hope you've liked it. But better yet, I hope that you can put it to good use for what it's intended for. If you build yourself your teleprompter by using this video, maybe you don't realize it now, but I may have saved you a couple of bucks. Because some of these prompters are really expensive. Anyways, if you have liked what you've seen, and if you have built a teleprompter and it works, which I know it will, okay, maybe next time you see me, you can buy me a beer, okay? But anyways, I truly thank you for watching, and I wish you the best luck in your project.